Hi, Sandy. How are you?
I'm fine, Siddharth. Thank you so much for inviting us to the show. Exciting to be here.
Yeah, likewise. Yeah, I'm quite fascinated about Earthborn. I was following your page on Facebook and I find it quite fascinating. And then I thought I had to invite you for the live. So I'm kind of curious, how did the journey begin?
Okay, well, let's see. So I guess we could say back in November 23, I spent a week in hospital because the doctors thought I'd had a stroke. But fortunately, I hadn't. But the experience gave me a bit of time away from work to actually think about what I'd been doing with my life, the quality of my life, and how I was spending my time.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been in IT since before it was called IT. So that gives you an idea how long I've been spending my life living through a screen. And I realized that it was felt quite empty and I needed to make a bit of change.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you ever read the book Harmonic Wealth. What's his name? James Arthur Ray. He speaks about how we all gifted with 24 hours in a day and how we choose to spend that time really reflects or is the ultimate experience of our existence on earth. So I realized that I had wasted a lot of my time living in the virtual world, but also neglecting the 5 pillars that the same book speaks about, particularly my physical pillar. So if you think about the physical pillar, we've got 2 branches. We've got nutrition and the exercise. So the exercise has always been a bit of a challenge because I have a spinal cord injury. I got shot through my neck in my early 20s. So exercise, I'm limited with what exercise I can do.
Oh.
Nutrition, on the other hand, excuse me, about 15 years ago, I went through chemo and radiation because I got cervical cancer. And at the time, I swore to myself, I'm never going to do that again. So I started researching prevention and alternative therapies. And so from there, anyway, fast forward to 23. When I was again confronted with how fleeting life is, and I realized I really don't want to be doing this, and I need to find a way where I could spend my time focusing on my 5 pillars to try and make the best out of life. And that's where the idea for Earthborn came, because it aligns with the 5 pillars, which are your physical health. I can get my nutrition, and I can do gentle exercises in the garden. Excuse me. From the mental pillar, I mean, there's an infinite number of plants and remedies and technologies that you can use in the garden, so I can get my mental inspiration there. Spiritual pillar, there's nothing like watching a garden grow to teach you a bit of patience and just the joy and the peace that you get from being outside and in harmony with nature. It's great for the soul. And then relationships, I mean, the conversations I have with fellow gardeners and the people I'm connecting through Earthborn are a lot more stimulating and nourishing, and compared to, chatting with my IT colleagues about stress. From the financial perspective, we're still very early stages, so we'll have to see how that goes. But I'm excited with the possibilities. And yeah, in a nutshell, that's where we are. Like I say, we're still very new. We've just bought the land a couple of months ago. We planted our first seeds. Still very busy creating all the social media outlets and developing an app for my IT, make use of those IT skills. So that's more or less where we are with Earthborn. I don't know what more you're interested in knowing about, but that's how we got here. We've still got a long way to go.
Okay. No, I'm just curious. It's like, but who are the people that you look up to in the medical and health space in general?
Well, I really love Barbara O'Neill. I don't know if you know her. She's renowned for her detox and her healing remedies. So I spend a lot of time watching her. Rosemary Gladstone, she's like a pioneer in herbal medicine. I've read a lot of her books and attended a few of her courses. Deepak Chopra, I'm sure you know him. I'm a firm believer in the mind has a lot to do with healing and our thoughts. Hungry for Change movements, I mean, they work on food awareness is what got me started when I was going through my cancer treatments. I got hold of their book. I think they've rebranded now and they're called Food Matters. But if you haven't watched their documentary, it's an eye-opener. And then my brother Errol, who's my partner in Earthborn, he's I wouldn't call him anti-pharmaceutical, but he spent his whole life, on herbs and remedies. And yeah, I think those are my top 5 that come to mind.
Okay. But what have been your, I know it's early stage, but but what have been your highlights thus far in starting this journey of Earthborn? What have been your highlights?
I think buying the lands really made it feel real, having, I think that's definitely a highlight. But also the response that I'm getting from our Facebook is really the only channel we've been using thus far, and really only for the last few months. But the response is really overwhelming. It just reinforces that Earthborn isn't just about plants, it's about community and sharing and growing together. And I love that. I love seeing so many other like-minded people across all ages and cultures. And we all just love the earth, and I love that. It's definitely one of my favorite things.
Okay. And have there been any lowlights, stumbling blocks along the way?
Well, starting any business from grassroots is challenging, and it's exciting, but it's also daunting. You never quite... I expect some things to go a little bit faster, especially because I've been in IT where speed is everything. So, it's a bit frustrating waiting for things to happen. And but I wouldn't call it low light. I think it's just the natural evolution of things. Things take time, and then the momentum grows. The more you put in, it will start speeding along.
Okay. So what are your plans for this year and beyond?
Right now, it's really just getting the word out that we're here, and we've planted our first seeds, and we're waiting for those to grow. And so our intention is to create baskets of herbs or pallet gardens that are aimed at a particular health issue, like arthritis, for instance, basket of those plants. Not dried herbs, but perfectly living plants that people can take care of. Because I think putting the love and something into anything, but especially into your garden, you get the rewards back. So we're not looking at selling dried herbs. We're looking at selling plants that people can enjoy and not just get the nutritional benefit, but the spiritual and the mental benefit out of them as well. So let's see the initial plan. I mean, you still need to get the store created and but initially we'll start with a couple of pallet baskets.
Okay. Finally, what would be your words of inspiration for people that may be keen and doing something similar to what you're doing?
I think energy goes where attention flows. So start with where you're at, and just keep learning. Keep because the more you put into it, the more momentum grows. So I think start with what you've got. And there's garden everywhere. I mean, you can start with the smallest piece of balcony, planting one herb and taking care of that. course, yeah. And just learning, I mean, following the right people and cross-checking as well, because some herbs are not good for you, and too much of anything is also bad for you. So just also double-checking anything you read. Don't take things for granted. I think that's...
Okay. Thanks so much for giving me your time, and I hope to catch up again with you in the future.
I look forward to that. I hope so. Thank you so much, Siddharth. I really appreciate the opportunity. And I'd like to encourage your viewers to come and check out our Facebook page. We post 3 times a week. And hopefully you can learn a little bit there.
All right. Thanks so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Really enjoyed meeting you.
You too.
Bye.